Thank you guys for joining me for this video. It's 4:36 a.m. and this video is there's something that needs to come out. So before we get into the message, let's give thanks to the Most High of Love and Light, um, and let's give them the recognition that they deserve. And then I'll show you the cards we're using, and then we'll do sound bowl healing. Okay. Thank you, Most High of Love and Light. Thank you for being a bridge of peace and harmony. And thank you for divinely guiding and protecting us from all that does not mean to be beneficial for our higher selves and our highest good and that of our ancestors and our generations. I ask to deliver clear, concise, effective, emotional manipulation free messages. Lead me and guide me and have your will in your way, Most High. I'm here to serve. Also, I've been blessed to get some sage and another cleansing a cleanser. I'm not sure what this is, but let's get you guys some cleansing energy in here as well. Send this to your children, animals, plants, ancestors, you guys, future generations, soul tribe families. And I'll cleanse the cards as well. And I hope that you guys can hear me. I'm being mindful that I have neighbors at the same time. Um, I'm still learning the volumes of my voice. I get real loud when, I'm real like something has been sitting in my spirit for a long time. At the same time, I have a low voice and I'm unaware of it until the videos post. So, but also have to be mindful. I have neighbors. So you'll hear what you hear, but I'm not here to waste your time and I don't like my time wasted either. We're using the Justice League matching cards, okay? We're using, of course, the Cozy Witch Tarot deck. Should be spilling tea. And then we're also using the playing cards with minor arcana. What was interesting is it's showing the swords here. So it's kind of like this deck of cards is cute because it's like it could say King of Cups, but at the design on the card can say Queen of Queen of Swords or King of Swords. For example, um, this deck of cards is interesting. In fact, I think we'll start off with this with the message from the playing cards of the Minor Arcana. The other example I was going to give you guys is like you guys can have the Five of Spades and still have the Five of Swords. So it's kind of like the meanings in these cards can have you really just appreciate the functions of the brain, to use the brain to its full capacity. Okay. Okay, we have King of Diamonds and King of Swords here. King of Diamonds, King of Swords, supported by Queen of Diamonds with the Queen of Swords at the bottom. And the Queen of Diamonds is supported by the Six of Clubs and the Six of Swords. So this is why I like this deck of cards because it has so many deeply embedded messages. Okay. Hmm. So the fact that a King and Queen of Diamonds has shown itself, we could be talking about a married couple, or we could be talking about um, a financially and mentally um, compatible people. This is also could be talking about a couple in the public eye. Okay. Also, what I did pick up with the Queen of Diamonds, having the Six of Clubs here, and the King of Diamonds, take what resonates. I'm picking up on two ways to look at this situation. There could be for some of you guys an NPD would like to be associated with you because they feel that they can get some sort of recognition, and it's based off of them being of them not choosing to heal neglect issues, so they can be very reliant on external validation. So there could be some individuals, NPD individuals, who are extremely focused on status to the point this is all for a need for external validation. This is the first scenario. Take what resonates. Or this could also be for the second scenario. Someone could see that you're an equal match for them. They could also be very practical and grounded, and they could be getting clarity that you are an equal match for them. The way that you go about um, investing into your finances, the way your relationship with finances. Okay, they could see the way that you maneuver. They wouldn't have anything to worry about on a financial scale with you, especially with we got the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. They feel that you'll have boundaries when it comes to finances. So you could have someone who sees you as an equal match because of your relationship with finances, okay? And we'll put that aside. At the same time, under the Queen of Diamonds and the Queen of Swords, we have the Ten of Clubs and the Ten of Swords. So, and underneath the Six of Clubs, we have the Eight of Hearts and the Eight of Swords. So, if you are a divine feminine, you've been through something. You've either experienced extreme betrayal, you had people try to basically martyr you guys, set you guys up. Um, and the people who set you guys up for to take the fall for extreme betrayal, they've complicated their own lives. That's something you guys should know. With the Eight of Hearts and the Eight of Swords, supported by the Six of Clubs and the Six of Swords here. These people were reliant on you being in a self-sabotagical place, and they're surprised that you have been able to mentally free yourselves from the traps that they worked overtime um, to get you trapped into. So they're surprised that you're being seen in a um, positive light. Okay, let's get some messages from the Justice League, and then of course we'll get a message from the Cozy Witch Tarot deck. Now I'm not too familiar with all these characters, but if you guys are, you know you have a little bit of extra information, great. I'm humble enough to admit I'm not too familiar with the Justice League, but I definitely like the the fact that it has justice. So, whew, not from, oh, so some of you guys are getting justice as well. Yeah, justice is coming in. All right. Um, so the King of Diamonds and King of Swords, I believe this is the Flash. If you are a divine masculine and someone has tried to include you into a court case, this court case will be resolved, especially if you are on the right side of justice. The person that could have subjected you to a legal situation, what I'm picking up, there's a possibility, forgive me, there's a possibility they could be under heavy stress. The energy that they had when they first initiated trying to negatively impact your financial foundation so that your desirability and support system would have cracks in its foundation. They don't have that same energy anymore. So if they stuck to a story, they don't have the energy to keep that story up. In fact, some of them could be repeating stories, uh, false stories, and they're getting tired and drained. It's kind of like they're getting clarity, like how they really took things so far to the point that they feel like they're stuck and trapped and trying to convince people of a lie. They could be losing energy to even convince themselves of the lies that they have made in order to initiate a lawsuit with you guys, okay? Um, Things could be moving very slow for them. Um, and you guys may have clarity so that you guys are able to make the necessary steps in order to basically um, gain awareness of the blind spots of the cracks in your foundation that were targeted by someone who could have tried to get you guys included in a legal situation. Um, Take what resonates. On the other hand, here as well, some of you guys take what resonates. I'm picking up on toxic masculinity that does have finances may have made some hasty moves a little too soon as well. You know, they could have made they could have made some decisions that they're in regret about. Um, and there could be you could find evidence that they made some wrong decisions a little too quickly. Okay. So let's talk about the Six of Clubs. I'm familiar with Batman. I'm not familiar with this one, but if you guys are, please put it in the comments. I think it's the Green Lantern. Okay. Some of you guys could be known for being very heart based. Um, and I feel like this has to do with a lot of healing taking place in which you guys could still actively be doing this, but you guys could be releasing any fear connected to you guys actually being emotionally present. You guys could have dealt with emotional bullies who were reliant on getting an emotional reaction out of you. And they were covert about this as well. The reasons for them trying to get emotional reactions out of you. What if I told you, and it's so silly, the reason if you're very heart based and loving, the reason they kept trying to covertly get harsh emotional reactions out of you guys with the Superman here is because they felt that they would be able to be viewed from a perspective of someone who is reliable. So it's like you had people who saw your reliability. At the same time, they like these attributes about you, but they're unreliable. And it's kind of like they could have tried to put emphasis on your darkest secrets. They could have tried to put emphasis on your insecurities and vulnerabilities, hoping that people would not actually clearly see the attributes that they were envious and jealous of about you. At the same time, they could have went above and beyond to emulate these character attributes that you guys have in order to be able to receive support and love. I'm picking up that they definitely desire love, but at the same time, they don't exactly know how to give it out. So they wanted to be viewed as someone that people would go to and depend on. But these are the type of people who they'll only be around as long as they're able to benefit off of something or someone. So you guys may have people who they may know more about chakras than they're putting on. They may be invested into specifically pursuing people who are heart based individuals in order to get clout, um, so that way that any imbalances they have that they don't want people to know about can remain hidden. This is why some of you guys could have been subjected heavily to extreme projections by people who wanted to get access to you guys for clout purposes, but at the same time, um, they they want to keep hidden how they are their own worst enemies. Okay, so that's coming out. We got the Queen of Diamonds here, and I don't know what this one is from, but we just gonna rock with it. Okay. um, what's standing out to me is the blue star. Okay. Um, and the Queen of Swords here. You guys could be encouraged to speak up about these personal experiences if you guys have experienced extreme abuse by personality individuals who don't exactly understand how to build healthy communities. You could have individuals who can create extreme division, conflict, chaos, and confusion in communities and could try to run from the responsibilities that come with cleaning up selfish actions. Some of these people that you could be dealing with that you are being asked to speak about, they could be, their heart chakras could be extremely unbalanced. They can either be overly envious and jealous or extremely cold hearted. At the same time, they do have the intelligence to embody uh, compassion and things of that nature. So some of you guys could be being asked to speak about this because let's think logically here. If you have someone who is trying to basically get a position of influence and authority, even though they could take the time to heal and make peace with their past and close out karmic cycles, but they're choosing to get in the public eye and they're creating unnecessary obstacles and trying to get close to people that they have no good intentions for. You have to understand this is a mental illness. Okay. And if your root chakra is strong and your solar plexus is strong as well, these people will justify creating elaborate ways of getting access to people to get clout off of people, especially if you're divine feminine and you have a toxic masculine energy, trying to basically get financially wealthy off of being connected to you guys, okay? Um, and it doesn't have to be a toxic masculine, it could also be a toxic feminine and toxic masculine energy. But what's really driving them is the fact that their root chakras are extremely off balance to the point that poverty consciousness is so deeply embedded into them. I feel like the advice that's being given here is to not focus on what they're doing and how they're doing it, but to strengthen your root chakra and to also become more familiar with your solar plexus chakra. So that way, when you do communicate what these people are capable of, it'll be done in a manner in which where these people were able to influence and mislead people, they'll lose credibility, but not because you're over here trying to badmouth them and look good, but because you'll be putting two and two together. Okay, so some of you guys, this could be something that you guys are um, currently going through, or that you guys are preparing for. In order to have less stress about it, you know, um, it's kind of like you guys are getting a heads up of what to basically prepare for. There's some people who are so reckless. They don't care if you have a family. They don't care if you've been through hell and back to get to where you guys are. Basically, their root chakra, they feel their root chakra is meant for them to have connections because they have extreme abandonment issues, neglect issues, and they choose to basically project that onto other people. um, what they won't tell you is that their root chakras have a lot of fractures in it, as well as their solar plexus. So this is why you could have attracted people who have tried to get away with trying to create low self-esteem in you guys, who have tried to get away with financially exploiting you guys, okay? And they have went above and beyond to try to get clout off your name, but you got to understand that where the way they're thinking is not exactly based off of reality. The only reason that they have been able to get away with it so long is because there are other people who maneuver just like them, you know? So it's kind of like they you guys could I feel like this is simply saying you guys are divinely guided and protected as you guys are showing people how to get things with integrity and to maintain it with integrity. And those who is willing to try to take shortcuts and use you as an anchor for their personal success, they're literally not set up for long term for they're not set up to for long-term fulfillment success. In fact, even if they were able to have finances, they're still not happy. They're not going to be happy. And in fact, with finances and resources, they would just make people's lives a living hell. And more than likely, if you are dealing with a financial tyrant, male or female, they're not going to tell you that people are suffering being close to them. They're more than likely going to try to come off as very kind, caring, and sweet and compassionate. But at the same time, this is because they don't want people to know about their internal battles that they do not have a clear reality with, or they're in denial of it as well. And and instead of actually healing their need for seeking external validation, they may create a lot of instability in their external environment by basically trying to cover up what they're willing to do in order to be seen in a certain way. Now, if you logically put two and two together, anyone who is going out of their way to appear a certain way to people that will not provide them a roof over their head, who will not actually genuinely be there for them in their time of need, um, or people who will only be there for them when things are going well. But at the same time, if they're willing to sit there and mistreat those who actually are kind-hearted behind the scenes and then try to hide it and then play victim when their truth comes out, and someone's truth is going to be coming out. If they're in the public eye and they have been abusing and exploiting their influence and basically trying to make it so that the people who are exposing them have no credibility, this is going to be coming out. Okay. If some of you guys are like, I don't know how I'm going to get justice for a certain situation, um, be patient. Okay. Patience is key. Ooh, child. So the King of Diamonds and Queen of Diamonds showed up. And we also have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So this is talking about we're in an era right now where healthy masculines who have a balanced emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, all over all over balanced life. And for some of you guys, you may be thinking, how do I have a balanced life? Balancedness doesn't exactly mean you look a certain way or you meet society's idea of balance. Um, you guys are being asked to see how you guys are balanced in your own unique way. Okay, if you know your balance, you know your balance. Okay, if you're able to get through tough times with a clear mind and to be solution oriented and to keep your heart chakra open, that's balance. Also, you guys may have people trying to and this sounds crazy as fuck. Something this could be past energy, or this also could be present energy. You guys could have people try to sacrifice you guys for money. Yeah. Anyway, with this Ace of Pentacles, yeah, with the broom and the Ace of Pentacles, um, I feel like you guys are being asked to let go of the emotions connected to people trying to financially exploit you guys. Um, yeah, let those emotions go. If someone try to go above and beyond to financially exploit you guys, shit, let it go. You know, the wisdom that you learn from it, that's more than enough. I'm also picking up on divine counterparts. Um, you guys could definitely, you could be in connection with your divine counterpart, things of that nature. Um, yeah, some of you guys could be in connection to your divine counterparts. But I and you guys are being asked to just allow yourself to emotionally heal. Um, water is going to be of importance to let you guys heal, and it's also going to help you guys have clarity when it comes to business decisions with the indecisive, no, with the Two of Swords and the Knight of Swords here. Underneath is the Seven of Swords here. Some of you guys could have been misled, could have been told the wrong shit about how to do business with the Eight of Pentacles underneath it. This could be something that you guys could have seen people in um your parental figures. They could have, you know, said this is how business is supposed to be done. Some of you guys could have tried to do these business models, or some of you guys could have been like, I'll just get a 9 to 5. Well, cat's out of the bag. There are some people that misled you guys financially, and they're having trouble on what moves to make financially. Whatever used to work for them is no longer working for them. And I'll tell you guys why they were confused. The ones who try to give you the wrong information about how to get finances. They were ambitious, but at the same time, they were afraid to go after what they truly wanted because they were afraid of experiencing loneliness, abandonment, and neglect. So the people who gave you the wrong advice about finances could have told you, this is what you need. Only invest into what you need. Um, but AKA what other people find socially acceptable. And now these people are in regret because some of them are in careers that they want to get out of, but in order to get out of those careers, it's going to be a tower moment for them. So they're trying to stay comfortable for some, and for some, what they truly want, they have basically gotten so far away from it. Some of them also could have basically broke their own hearts by basically like demonizing what they truly want. It's kind of like they could have felt like if they actually got what they wanted, but at the same time, if they experienced people not supporting them, they felt that there was no reason to go after what they wanted, so they demonized their own desires and things of that nature. Okay. um so these people are in a place where if they make decisions that are not wise and healthy, they have a lot to lose. We also could be talking about um, people who are financially or who were financially savvy. This could be past energy. And they basically, some marriages may be breaking apart, especially if it was a queen and king of pentacles type relationship, due to the marriage being, it was solely focused on finances. Some romantic connections, you're gonna find out it was just simply business. It was simply business. They gave each other a good look. They were able to help each other have consistent income coming in. But some of these couples are now going to be learning how to be independent financially, and this means a lot of emotional healing is going to be taking place, and things of that nature. All right. Also, with the King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Diamonds and the King of Diamonds showing up here, this is talking about people would like to be in power couple dynamics. It's kind of like people want to do business with people that they feel will be an equal match for them. But at the same time, you got to take into accountability. You got to be, if you're going to do business with someone and if you're romantically connected to them, you have to be mature. So, and this could be on a subconscious level. Some people are looking for partners that they can have businesses with, where it's always going to be um, respectable and peaceful and calm at the same time, with the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords showing itself, where they're not going to compromise their self-respect. So it's kind of like you have people thinking about like subconsciously for some, and some people are openly speaking about it. You got some people looking to attract partners that they can actually have legit businesses with, um, in which self-respect will not be compromised. At the same time, they want financially savvy people who will be able to protect assets, especially if they have children. Understanding how people with a poverty consciousness have tried to sacrifice people for finances, only to get caught up in more schemes of trying to sacrifice people. So you guys are going to be finding out about some people who have been causing scandal for people in order to get finances off of them, and they've done this to multiple people. They've done this to multiple people. um that it's kind of like some people's roles and some people's lives is being a form of destruction. So you're going to be finding out about some people who don't want this coming out, but if they try to get too nice and cozy with you, it's because they're trying to figure out information, and they got so comfortable doing this shit with other people. They're connected to basically tampering with people's lives and then justifying it at the same time. So this could be playing in somebody's guilty conscience because they could be getting inventory of the connections that they have had. It's connected to literally betraying people to have finances. And so this is why you guys could this is why it's important for you guys to take your time getting to know people, because you can have some people trying to get into a power couple, and they don't want to tell their partner that the way they were able to have certain levels of success is they stepped on people's backs. Also, these are the type of people, if a relationship doesn't work out, they will basically blame their partners. And if children are involved, they'll make the children's lives a living hell, and they'll 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 initiate unnecessary custody battles. So before we end this reading, let's get you guys the energy of the day. I don't know if this is Mars energy, or Saturn. But this from the Justice League. Some of you guys are familiar with it, okay? The energy for this particular reading. Um, we also have the Nine of Hearts and the Nine of Swords. And then let's get one from the tarot. Oh, child. Then we have the Lovers here. Okay. So I picked up two scenarios, okay? Someone could be in panic because you getting your wish fulfillment exposes their foul behavior that they've done behind the scenes. But the reason they were able to get away with this foul behavior is because they got themselves, it's like they thought they could hide behind finances, okay? Someone who could have went above and beyond to financially restrict you guys, they were able to hide how they were connected to financial exploitation due to using their resources, okay? They also could have been connected to opportunistic people who only would do what they say, flying monkeys, I'm picking up, as long as finances were provided. So if you're wondering how someone was able to get away with being um, cold hearted and closed minded to you and trying to basically oppress you, it's because when they had financial resources, they're flying monkeys were benefiting and profiting from their financial resources and things of that nature. So if you're wondering how someone was able to get away with causing you injustice, it has to do with their finances, okay? With the Nine of Hearts and the Nine of Swords, some of these people who are afraid of exposure, they could be trying to numb their fears of consequences catching up with them with addictions, okay? And with the Lovers here, it's kind of like they're getting inventory of the decisions that they have made, and it's like they're getting like a map out of the timeline of how things have gotten out of control. So it's kind of like someone who tried to oppress you is getting clarity as to how they have wasted their lives, okay? And this is the first scenario, only take what resonates, but you also might know someone who is in this energy. The second scenario is some of you guys, and I feel this is Saturn, but I could totally be wrong. Some of you guys could be grounding into discipline, self-discipline, self-control, self-awareness. And you guys may be having clarity of what's actually taking place in your external environment, where some people can be oblivious to cues of danger and things of that nature. You guys may be moving accordingly and understanding the sacrifices that you're making for you and your loved ones will benefit you guys long term. You may have some people who you may have some people who are basically oblivious to the dangers of their external environment, that's taking place. And uh, um you guys may notice that you guys live differently because you're using your common sense to avoid becoming a victim. But you guys may also be aware of some people um who can become victimized. With this nine of hearts here and the nine of swords here, you guys also could at this time be healing feelings of worthiness, like, am I worthy of receiving what I have been working hard for? And yes, you guys are. um, if you guys are curious, you did have people who strategically use fear intimidation tactics on you guys to basically get you guys off your path. It's kind of like you have very selfish people who are too lazy to actually healthily manifest or put in the necessary work for their dreams to get off the ground. That they wanted to use your skill sets so that you could basically manifest for them. And they justified it. Some became quite cold hearted, that they could have their conscience, they could have numbed it to the point of it seems like you're not even speaking to a human at times. They could be you could be dealing with some cold hearted people who simply, they'll have motivation to get up in the morning if they can try to restrict you from being happy. Because literally, it's kind of like they restricted themselves. If they are to get wish fulfillments of any kind, how they get their wish fulfillment is connected to strings attached. So others are controlling them on how, if are controlling them with giving them things. It's kind of like, for example, I'm picking up on someone. If they manifested a home, the way they manifested that home, they wouldn't have peace in it. They could have very nice furniture. They could have they could have you know they could have the latest they could have marble from Italy, shit like that. But the connections that they have made in order to get that housing, it could be like, yo. So you guys can know some people who have heavily restricted themselves, and they've created their own personal hells, and they could be they could be trying to escape the reality of the hell they created for themselves with addictions. And if they're getting tired, if if they're close to getting, if they actually take some dubious action towards you that can get them to actually lose their freedom, somebody's going to prison as well. um this, instead of trying to get caught, and they also might, somebody's going to prison. I'm picking that up heavy. Somebody's going to prison. um the things that they have done in order to keep you guys from being able to live a life in which they have nothing to do with it. Even if you guys have went no contact with these people, some of these people are going to prison, have been doing obsessive devilish shit behind the scenes. And the logicality of their actions, it just sounds criminally insane. So some of these guys are going to prison. So something's gonna be closing out for you guys. You guys are like so close to something closing out, because this is a nine of hearts. It's not the 10 of hearts or the 10 of swords. This is something's almost done. And the people that have contributed to trying to get away with doing dubious things behind the scenes, they're panicking. They know their freedom is about to be like taken from them, especially if they've gotten used to having large amounts of resources, and especially if they've used flying monkeys. Their flying monkeys are going to basically be exposing them. You guys have been asked to not give up because you guys are so close to a breakthrough. And with the lovers here, the fact that I did see the King of Diamonds and Queen of Diamonds and the King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles here, this could actually be talking about equal energy exchange, romantic connections here. Um, I feel like this is saying it's safe for you to love, you know. Um, if you guys have been with people who have tried to control the narrative of romantic connections, I feel like you guys are being asked to release those belief systems and those dynamics, because if you carry those with you, it, it's basically you're creating the romance that you're creating your own romance. So if you guys can be closed off, I feel like you guys are being asked to learn discernment so that you'll know who to be open to and around. And if you guys are around people who you do need to be closed off from, I feel like you guys are being asked to find healthy ways to deal with removing yourself from these people. Um, Even if you have people who are um, they have twisted mentalities when it comes to trying to dominate people and make decisions for them. Realize that you can't control them, but you do have the choice to remain graceful. Grace can get you out of a lot of situations and it can save you, especially with some of the insidious characters that I have picked up on in this reading. So to end the reading, we're going to do some sound bowl healing. We're also going to cleanse the space with some sage, and I hope this message helped you guys. What was that? I get it. I get it when I get it. Blessings to having a beautiful day, divine guidance and protection, and for solutions to overcome unnecessary difficulties that may try to impose them themselves onto your path. May these difficulties be removed, and may you guys have the wisdom to keep and maintain a light heart. And may your ancestors be divinely may your ancestors of love and light be divinely guided and protected from unnecessary spiritual warfare. Even our ancestors have spiritual warfare in the spiritual realm, okay? So, and this to go wherever it needs to go to, okay? I pray this message receives you guys all well. Thank you guys for being present. Love, peace, and happiness.